Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. I'm out in Newport Beach. It's an absolute beautiful day. And we're going to talk about the housing bubble. For there to be a bubble, three elements have to happen. We've hit two of the three already here in 2022. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Also, comment on the video. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, don't forget we have an email list that you can sign up for. These kids are jumping off the bridge. This is what it looks like on the other side. So, plus if you want more access to me, there's Patreon. When you have a bubble, three things have to happen. First thing is you have exuberance in purchasing, and we've had that to say the least. Wild speculation, wild investment, investors from all over pushing prices up. And Fortune magazine did this great article on this, and you have people that normally would not purchase these products that are chasing them right now. And as I walk into Balboa Island, it's absolutely packed for the holiday. But so you have everybody that's chasing these products, mainly houses. And the next thing is the price speculation. The price shoots up. Now think about these numbers. Since January of 2020, houses have gone up 41.6% here in the United States. That's insane, guys. When you hear that number, that should make you realize just how out of control things are. The average appreciation for a house generally is 4% right now. So you've got, 4% a year, and things go up 42%, and nobody thinks that that's abnormal. Now, the third element that has not been met yet is the fall. We're gonna start to see the fall. We're starting to see crumbling in different markets, and you're starting to see the prices turn down, and you're starting to see price reductions, but we have not seen the massive fall that would require the third part of the bubble to take effect. So the speculation, the crazy rise in prices, that's happened. The next thing is the fall. Now I get people that write me and say, that's never gonna happen. Everybody's all set up on the beach, hanging out. So, share your thoughts on this, guys. Do you think that we're gonna see, the massive fall? I do. I think that, you're not gonna see it in beach communities. You're not gonna see it in the resort areas. It's really weird. The mountain areas see a price reduction first before the beach areas do. So, not familiar with lake houses and things like that as far as those type of investment properties, but you're gonna see this area, like an area like Balboa Island, be last on the speculation. And on the speculators are still investing. They're spending a ton of money to buy these houses, but you're not seeing the price drop here that you have in other areas. Now, as far as inflation, as far as 4th of July inflation, this is the most expensive 4th of July ever. We're seeing this again. And, they do a boat parade here every year, and everybody's getting all set up for this, which is nice. But with 4th of July and with the expense, hot dogs up almost 40%, bread 25%, chips 20%, everything just up, but inflation's only at 8%, and you've got nothing to worry about. So, no one can afford what's happening right now. No one can afford gasoline the way that it is shooting up right now, and we're seeing no end in sight with any of this right now. Now, every year we get 4th of July festivities, and Nathan has her hot dog eating championship, and the women went first, and Miko Sudo, this woman has won it 10 years. 10 years she's had the hot dog eating championship, and this woman ate 40 hot dogs in 10 minutes. 40, okay? Now how about, that's one every 15 seconds. Think about that, okay? So, and if you've ever seen this woman, she's like 5 foot nothing, and she's eating 40 hot dogs. And then you've got Joey Chestnut, who this guy, I mean, this guy's ate 63 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Now, again, they're saying, wow, he's way off this year. He showed up and he had hurt his leg, and he showed up in a boot, and he's not at his true form, which is funny when you think about this, because this guy, 63 hot dogs, and his record was 78 that he set last year, which 63 hot dogs, man, that's 10 a minute when you think about that, in 10 minutes. So, crazy, fun, but, you know, again, you can earn money doing anything in this world. So for somebody to be a competitive eater, check this out, guys. It's just a beautiful day. And it's surprisingly quiet out here right now. It's really, really not that busy like it gets, you know. Look at this guy. It's got the paddle board that you kick. Kind of cool. Something I just haven't seen before. So Balboa Island's kind of light right now. It'll get much busier later. You can see everybody's got their real estate set up, and they've got all the chairs set up. But you know, talking about inflation, earlier Turkey just announced that their inflation month over month went up another 5%. 5% in a month. And if you don't think that this could happen here with how completely out of control things are, you're kidding yourself. 78.6% is their current inflation rate right now in Istanbul. That is nuts, guys. And just to sit there, and how do you control that? How do you buy anything? Now, one thing that they're doing is they are purchasing things just to have assets that have value to them, whether they be cars or boats or motorcycles, things like that, that they think that they're going to be able to maintain value and basically turn into cash someday. But crazy that you're seeing that type of inflation. You know, I talked about how France was saying that they kept inflation down to 5.7%, and I had a ton of people, 6, write me from France saying, Dan, it's an absolute lie. France is completely out of control, and everything that we have here is completely expensive, and the prices are going up, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. And we go to the store, and from one day to the next, you see prices go through the roof. So it's happening everywhere. Same thing with Canada. Canada, you know, they're trying to say that it's just at 8%, and everybody in Canada knows that it's not. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. A lot to cover. Wow, look at all these people. Everybody's going to town in this one stretch. It's kind of like Miami Beach out here. So share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. And it's a beautiful day. You know, what are you guys doing right now to enjoy yourself? It's funny, I had a couple meetings this morning and talking to people out of the country that don't celebrate 4th of July. And, you know, they always appreciate the fireworks and everything that we have here that they see on TV and different news programs. So what are you guys doing for fun right here? Because, man, this is just nuts. I mean, look at this, guys. How packed that is. So, people out enjoying themselves. As inflation takes a bite out of travel and makes things more expensive all the way around, you're starting to see hotels do things that are absolutely crazy. Now, one thing that you're seeing is 200 hotels right now that have hired robots to deliver towels, keys. Oh, you want coffee? The robot will bring it to you. Now, this isn't just high-end hotels or low-end hotels. The Mandarin Hotel in Boston, you got a robot that's working there. Think of what it saves in the staff. And then you've got Redwood City, you've got the Holiday Inn in Redwood City that's doing the exact same thing. The idea with this is It's eliminating staff. It's making things get delivered for free. Check this out, guys. They put the banners across all the streets. It's really nice. But where do you draw the line with this stuff? Oh, for those of you new to the channel, here's the dinosaur. People ask about that on Belleville. When are you going to see the dinosaur? There it is, guys. Happy 4th. So, as you go to these hotels, you're starting to see more and more places that are doing this. And again, I hate stuff like this. You can sit there and say, oh, this is innovation, this is the future. No, this is the future of less customer service. The idea of going to a hotel is to have them clean your room. I hate every time I travel and they, we won't be cleaning the room on this trip unless you request it. Okay, well, I request it. Get here and clean the room. So there's that. People out in the paddle boards just enjoying themselves. It's kind of nice. You know, the other thing is customer surveys for restaurants. This one I found interesting. The ACSU, SCSI, Customer Satisfaction, American Customer Satisfaction Index, did their annual survey on restaurant satisfaction, and the number one restaurant again for 8 years in a row was Chick-fil-A. Okay, I don't really think of Chick-fil-A as a restaurant. I think of it as a fast food joint, but that's me. You know, it was down 8% from previous years, but still was number one, which shows you that everything's lacking, guys. That's the problem with this, is that when it comes to customer service, everything's lacking. And then right behind that was Jimmy John's, the sandwich place, which is okay, I guess, you know. They cut the meat when you get there, type of thing. But right behind that, this is what floored me, Five Guys, okay? Talking about Five Guys, you need to take out a personal loan to eat at that place. Burgers, it's $15, $16 by the time you put on it what you want. And that's outrageous, guys. So do you guys eat at places like that? Do you eat at Five Guys? How about tied for Five Guys was Arby's? Who the hell eats at Arby's anymore? So, you know, I was floored by that. So again, you know, I think that these places fill these surveys out and do them themselves so that they're the ones that are answering this stuff. But share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with this stuff? Chick-fil-A is fine, okay? But I don't sit there and go, oh, wow, what a great restaurant. I don't think of it as fast food, okay? So share your thoughts on all that. I always appreciate the stories that everybody sends me. And the first one was from a subscriber, David, who has been sending me photos of the different places, fuel prices, shopping. But lately, the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is no longer $1, guys. No longer $1.25. He sent me the frozen food section, which has got $3 items, $4 items, $5 items. Guys, it's not 8.6%. Inflation's through the flipping roof right now. And that's a perfect example. Now, another story that was sent to me was about the Mac store that does repairs. 53 Mac stores were closed. Simply Mac. But here's the worst part, guys. All the stores were closed simultaneously with people's merchandise in there, with computers being repaired. And they're done. Finished, out of business, guys. Stories below. But that's horrible, guys. What do you do if your computer's in there? And again, all of our data, you know, I always tell everybody back things up. But what do you do, okay, if you can't get your computer? It's going to be a mess because it'll probably be in bankruptcy. It'll take people months, if not years, to get this stuff back. So the other thing with real estate is that, hey, attention sellers, this is no longer your market. This is the buyer's market. The CEO of Redfin, I love this. Hey, it's time to understand what to do in a down market. Well, what are you talking about? It's not a down market. 3 weeks ago, you were telling us how everybody should be buying, and now you're telling us it's a down market? So again, I get a kick out of this because from day to day, week to week, things are changing with this. Now, this is when you know things have turned. Yes, prices are going down. Yes, there's getting changes made. But here's the thing. You're seeing articles like the one below. Hey, how to spruce up your house for sale. Well, you didn't need to do that 3 months ago. You didn't need to do that 3 weeks ago. Now you need to spruce up your house for sale because it needs to have curb appeal. Why? Like, that's the hottest real estate market, ever. So with that, people are, waking up to the fact that these prices have been insane. The people that have overbid for houses are going to be in huge trouble. And again, I want to clarify something. If someone spends $500,000 on a house and that's the top of their market, if the house goes down to $400,000, there are people that can weather that storm. There are people that cannot weather that storm because they're going to need to borrow against their house and use that asset as collateral to get more money. And eventually, they're not going to be able to do that because the house will depreciate in price. Now, when you're talking about things that are 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 million, 25 million for that house, okay? When you talk about stuff like that, it's a different program. It's a different ball game for stuff like that. But for the people that have overextended themselves in that market and bought at the top of the market, they are in huge trouble, guys. And nobody wants to look at that. But we're starting to see more and more articles being written right now about the overinflated real estate market and the trouble that we're having. So it's no longer a buyer's market, it's a seller's market. But then again, the bubble, the third part to the bubble is the drop in prices. You're starting to see the foreclosures go up. You're starting to see the time on market go up longer. You're starting to see price reductions. Do yourself a favor. Go on Redfin. Go on Zillow. Go on any of those sites and just waste your time because it's fun. It'll take you 15 minutes to do it. But put near me and you'll see what you're talking about. Not me, but you, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about because I get people that write me and say, oh, here in South Carolina, Dan, it's absolutely amazing. Things are going up. There is no problem. There is no real estate bubble here. Okay. Again, it doesn't blatantly, all happen at one time as a blanket where everything's a problem at one time. You're going to see pockets, and the overinflated markets like Los Angeles and like the South and Arizona and places like that, they're going to have real problems. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Another week and another crypto lender goes down. The next one is called Vauld, V-A-U-L-D. They've been having massive amounts of withdrawals lately, and they're having a liquidity problem, they say. And they have frozen, as of 4th of July, they have frozen all withdrawals. In the last month, they've had $197 million taken out of their accounts. All this money, guys. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And people can't get their money. So the people that got out, lucky you. Which leads to somebody else. I love Peter Schiff, man. I talk about him a lot. He's a pro-gold guy. A lot of solid advice. But Mr. Schiff's got a little bit of a problem right now. And he owns a bank in Puerto Rico. And Euro Pacific Bank, which is kind of a cool name. Euro Pacific Bank had failed to meet the minimum capital requirements for a bank in Puerto Rico. And this week got seized and shut down. So he was saying that he was singled out and it wasn't fair. I didn't know we had to have minimum capital requirements, which is where I want to put my money, guys, in a bank where somebody doesn't know the minimum capital requirements. Think about this, guys. Every bank has rules, and Mr. Schiff didn't know the rules for his bank. So that's crazy when you think about that. So they seized it, they closed it down. He says it's unfair because they could have had a buyer come in and scoop the place up, and it could have solved the problem for Euro Pacific Bank. Okay, what do you, guys? Everything that he talked about with assets not being protected are kind of funny because people are making fun of him all over Twitter and different places like that. But it'll be interesting to see how this survives. And again, when they seize the bank, do you get your bank back? Is it like, hey, make your car payment and we'll give you the car back? Is it like that? I don't know. Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because I think it's fascinating that Peter Schiff's in this one predicament right now. So let me know what you guys think. Doesn't matter where you're at in the world. Things are off. And factory output in Canada is at its lowest level since 2017. Okay, no big deal, okay? It's only 5 years. So there's that. Also, you're seeing more articles below about the ominous sign of houses staying on the market longer, people lowering the prices, and there's definitely an economic slowdown when it comes to real estate. And which leads to the next story, which is there are 10 markets that they're convinced that the prices are going to drop and that you're going to see deals on. I won't bore you with those, but take a look at that. And one more thing is, what does it take to be wealthy in a city? Here in Southern California, they say it takes $4 million to be wealthy in this city where I'm standing right now, which wouldn't buy you one of these houses I'm walking by. So the most expensive city, which is just shocking, is San Francisco, which is almost $5 million you need to be considered wealthy in San Francisco. The lowest, least expensive city to be wealthy in that they had on this list of 10 cities was Denver, which was $2.3 million to be considered wealthy in Denver. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because I think that these are always interesting. They always get people, talking, and from around the world. You're seeing people with less right now. It's odd. It's really just an ominous time right now. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. It's a beautiful day out here. I'm going to end this video with this last story. And there was a man in Chile that gave his resignation for his job. Had a lawyer write a letter and saying, hey, this worker's going to resign. So he goes in on his last day and they give him his final paycheck. Only problem was it was for 500 times what he was supposed to get. He was supposed to get about $500, and they ended up paying him $185,000. Okay, got paid in Chilean pesos, got millions of Chilean pesos, and was overpaid. So he goes to the bank, cashes the check, and the company calls him the next day and says, hey, can you return this? He says, sure, no problem. I'll go to the bank and I'll see if I can get this straightened out. And then refused to communicate with the company again and said, talk to my lawyer, which I love. And now they can't find the guy. So have you ever been overpaid leaving a job? This is hilarious. This guy got paid this much money. And I don't know. I've had situations where people have done overpaid and done certain things. A little bit there, $100 here, $100 there, but I've never had 185 grand. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Don't forget the email list you can sign up for. And if you want more access to me, there's Patreon. Onward and upward, guys. We'll see you very soon.